Are you a yoga studio owner who's tired of chasing leads that don't convert? At the Sales Arms, they specialize in helping boutique fitness and wellness studios like yours build a revenue-generating systems that actually work. From filling classes to boosting retention, their team takes the stress out of the follow-up and gives you back the time to focus on what you really love most, teaching and serving your community. Right now, the Sales Arms are offering my listeners, the Yoga Biz Champ podcast listeners, a complimentary 45-minute strategy session where you'll walk away with clear steps you can implement immediately to grow your membership and your revenue. So book your session today at thesalesarms.com/yoga biz champ, and you can start selling with confidence. So again, that's the sales with an S at the end, arms with an S at the end, .com/yoga biz champ. Hey friends, welcome back to the Yoga Biz Champ podcast. I'm Michael J, and let's start today by taking a collective breath. Hi. If you're a studio owner right now, I know the noise you're dealing with. I see your DMs, I see the panic in the Facebook groups, and you are hearing about algorithms and funnels, 30-day challenges, bingos. It's a fire hose of you should be doing this and you're falling behind on that. But today I want to pause the doing and I want to switch us into thinking. Because if you're only looking at Instagram likes or Google keywords for your studio, you're missing the earthquake of what is happening underneath us right now. So we're going to be talking about 2026. We're going to talk about Apple and Google finally holding hands. We're going to talk about AirPods that have cameras. We're going to talk about the Meta smart glasses that are already walking into your lobby. And we're going to talk about the Star Trek moment that is about to change how every single human finds your business. This isn't a tech review. I don't care about the specs. I care about behavior. This is going to be a survival guide for the next 3 years with AI. So grab your tea, maybe go for a walk, put me on your speakers in your car, and let's go. Let's get into the real work. All right, that Star Trek moment. The voice of the new operating system. So let's start with the biggest signal I've seen in a decade. I've been in marketing for a long time. And for the last 15 years, if you wanted to find a yoga studio, you had to interact with a piece of glass. You pulled out a rectangle, you tapped, you typed, you scrolled past ads, and that era is kind of coming to an end. We're moving into what I call the Star Trek moment. So remember in Star Trek, Captain Picard doesn't pull out a phone and open Yelp. He touches his badge and says, "Computer, location of the nearest relaxation pod." And the computer just answers. Well, this is exactly what Apple and Google are building right now. Apple plus Google Signal. You might have seen the news or not, or the rumors, depending on when you listen to this, and about Apple partnering with Google. So this is historic. For years, they've been enemies, except for that they do have a great agreement where Google search is embedded in all Apple phones. But now Apple is realizing they need Google's brain or their Gemini AI model to power Siri. So why does this matter to you? A yoga teacher in Austin or Manchester, a studio owner, because it means Siri is about to get a PhD. Right now, if you ask Siri, find me a yoga studio, she or he gives you a dumb list of web links. I know I use my HomePods to voice ask about businesses when they're open, and I get the voice answer back. All right. But now with this new conversational AI, Siri and ChatGPT and all of them are becoming more of a concierge where they read the internet for you. Yeah, that's kind of funny. I just put my Siri, my Siri was just talking to me. So I got a big question. Maybe I'll call it the great S instead of using the word, because I've got about 10 devices around me that can answer me. Anyway, so kind of an audio simulation or the read aloud test is something you might want to try right now. So if you're driving, keep your eyes open, but imagine this scenario. In 2026, a potential student is driving home. They are stressed. They just want to know if they should come to your studio. They say, "Hey, big S, what is your studio name like?" And Siri is going to read your website to them. Here's an example of a typical studio website. "Welcome to the sacred space. We facilitate the holistic union of mind, body, and spirit through the ancient lineage of movement. Our mission is to co-create a vibration of..." All right, you get... All right, you've probably already zoned out, right? Stop. So they're driving, they're zoned out, or they're cooking. They don't know what that means. It's so vague. Do you have parking? Do you have yoga mats? Or is it hot? So the AI is confused. So the human is confused. Now, here is an example of B, the optimized studio. The Sacred Space is a beginner-friendly yoga studio in downtown Austin. They specialize in vinyasa and yin yoga for stress relief. They have showers, rental mats are $2, and the new students can try 3 classes for $30. Boom. This is what the AI wants now. This is what the human wants. So if your website sounds like poetry, you're going to be invisible to the voice AI moving forward. If your website sounds like a helpful concierge, then you win. So here's the 2026 playbook for voice optimization. The long tail rule: stop optimizing for just yoga studio. Start optimizing for problems. All right. So a bad example might be, we offer vinyasa. First of all, vinyasa can be meaningless to a new student, first of all. Anyway, that aside, a good one might be, vinyasa yoga is great for stress relief and back pain. So you're connecting the style to the problem. All right. So the summary paragraph, put plain English summary at the very top of your homepage. We are a blank studio located in this neighborhood, open to this level of students. So you're feeding the robot. You can be poetic later, but feed the robot first. All right. So again, putting summary paragraphs on your pages is a good thing, especially on the homepage. And then also the FAQ schema. Ask your web developer, do we have FAQs schema on our site? This is invisible code that tells Google exactly what questions you answer, i.e., do you have parking? All right. So these things are really important for voice search moving forward. And speaking of voice search, wearables, we're in the look and ask era. Okay, so let's go deeper. It's not just about typing anymore. It's about cameras on our faces. We're entering an era of multimodal AI. This is a fancy word for the computer can see what you see. So example, if you haven't seen them, the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, Facebook's smart glasses. Have you seen these? They look like normal sunglasses, but they have cameras and they have a feature called Look and Ask. So a real world example would be a potential student is walking past your studio. They see your sandwich board on the sidewalk. They don't stop. They don't take out their phone. They just look at your sign and whisper, "Hey, Meta, look at this sign. Is this place good for beginners?" The glasses take a picture of your flyer, read the text, cross-reference it with your Instagram and Google reviews, and whisper back into their ear, "Yes, they have a 4.9 star rating. They specialize in foundations classes. Do you want me to call them?" Did you hear that? So that interaction happened in 3 seconds. Hands-free, no computer. So if your sandwich board is messy or your Google reviews are old, the glasses will tell them to keep walking. My client Samantha from Yoga Strong was juggling 5 platforms. Once we streamlined her website booking and marketing under one platform, Offering Tree, her day-to-day finally supported the growth plan we built together. The momentum was incredible. She scaled from 6 classes a week to 27 and hired 7 instructors. Plus, her clients loved the new software. Offering Tree simplifies your studio operations so you can focus on growth. Yoga Biz Champ listeners get 50% off 3 months or 15% off of a year. Studio plans start at $100 a month and include bi-monthly group coaching calls with me. Start your free trial at offeringtree.com/Yoga Biz Champ podcast or hit the link in the show notes. Okay. Now, the other rumor that is happening right now, Project B798. Okay, I'm a geek. I read Apple websites and geeky news for my relaxation. That is the truth. But it's to your advantage and to my studio owners that I work with is advantage, keeping you ahead. All right, so AirPods with cameras, that's the next rumor. And it's not just Meta. The supply chain rumors allow that Apple is working on AirPods with infrared cameras embedded into the stems. Why? Not just for selfies, but so the AirPods can see where you're looking and give you context about the world around you. Now, they're not out yet. It's a rumor, but pretty solid one. And then you may not know of Jony Ive, but he is the person that used to work for Apple and designed the iPhone, the iPod, the AirPods. But he's reportedly building a new AI device with OpenAI, who make ChatGPT. And the rumor, again, is no screen, just a device you talk to. The phone of AI, the iPhone of AI. Why this scares me and excites me for you, if people stop using screens, they stop seeing your beautiful branding and they stop seeing your color palette and they only hear the answer. So in a world without screens, your reputation is the only SEO or search engine optimization that matters. So here's the 2026 playbook. Visual and physical audit. So the curb appeal audit. Go stand outside of your studio. If a robot with a camera looked at your front door, would it know what you do? So if not, the action, put the word yoga clearly on the door. You know, my studios, I make them put massive yoga on their front windows. And so not just your logo, not just the sanctuary, but the word yoga. Make sure it's readable from the outside. And then also update your Apple Maps. Everyone obsesses over Google Maps, but Siri at the moment uses Apple Maps. That may change in the future when they collaborate with Google. By the way, the Apple Maps, I'm going to give you the website here if you want it. It's businessconnect.apple.com and it's free. But if you're not on there, you can claim your studio, upload a high resolution cover photo. And if you don't do this, you are invisible to iPhone users. Again, that's businessconnect.apple.com for your Apple Map listing. Hopefully that's helpful there. All right. And then the next one, Google and the trust engine. So let's bring this back to the tool everybody uses today, Google. In 2026, Google is not just a library. Google is a concierge. Its priorities active businesses over static businesses. All right. So the ghost town penalty. Google AI is terrified of sending a user to a business that might be closed. So if you're not optimizing your Google business profile, this is the time to do it. If you haven't uploaded a photo to the Google business profile in 6 months, the AI is going to flag you as a ghost town. It may think maybe they're closed, maybe the vibe is dead. So real world example, I'm searching for a Sunday morning flow. Studio A has a beautiful website, but the last Google review was 3 months ago, and their last photo is from 2022. On the other side, Studio B has a mediocre website, but they posted a photo of the lobby yesterday, replied to a review this morning, Google is going to send me to Studio B every time because it's alive. So here's the 2026 playbook to Google proof of life. The weekly photo dump. You don't need a pro photographer. Every Tuesday, take your phone, wipe the lens, snap one photo, the front desk flowers, the mats all lined up, the tea station, happy customers. So the action is to upload it to your Google business profile. This is going to be the heartbeat signal to the algorithm, all right? And then also seed the Q&A. Google lets you ask and answer your own questions on your profile. So action, go to your profile, go to the Q&A section, and again in here, ask things like, do you have mat rentals? Answer, yes, we have high quality Manduka mats for $2 rentals. Why? This trains the voice AI, Siri and Google, to answer correctly when a user asks verbally. All right. So last one on this one is review velocity. It is better to get one review a week than 50 reviews in one day. And then silence. So set up your automations, email automations that in your booking software, that if someone comes to 5 classes, automatically send them a link to a Google review, right? Just setting that automation up so that you've always got a steady stream of Google reviews landing on your Google profile. So that's Google. So now let's switch to kind of Meta and Instagram. So Meta and the anti-aesthetic. This is Mosseri's playbook. So let's talk Instagram. Let's talk about Adam Mosseri. If you don't know him, he's the head of Instagram. He's the guy pulling the levers. And if you listen to what he's saying explicitly right now, the game has changed. So creative is the targeting. You don't need to be an ads genius. You don't need to target women aged 25 to 45 who like Lululemon. The AI already knows who those people are. Your job now is to make content that stops them. And what stops the scroll in 2026? Messy, real, and human. I've been saying this for a long time now, but authenticity and humanness is real. We shouldn't be hiding behind the Canva posts now, all right? So perfection is now a red flag. We're drowning in perfect AI images. We can go to Midjourney or any AI now and type beautiful yoga studio and get a stunning fake image in 4 seconds. And because of that, the human brain has developed a filter. When we see something too polished, we scroll past. We assume it's an ad. We assume it's fake. So it's the shares economy. Mosseri has said this clearly. Shares are the new likes. So the algorithm prioritizes content that people send to their friends in DMs. So it's not about, does this look pretty anymore? It's not about that amazing grid. It's about, is this useful enough that I need to send it to my friend Sarah, who has a stiff neck? So real world examples. You post a photo of yourself doing a handstand. It gets 200 likes. Cool. Then you post a reel showing the one stretch to do if you sit at a desk all day. That gets sent to 50 people. The algorithm sees those sends and goes, this is valuable, and it explodes your reach. So the 2026 playbook for Meta and Instagram is the 12 Reels target. The current data suggests the sweet spot is 3 to 5 Reels a week. I know some of you are just cringing on this, but that's about 12 a month. So the tip is they don't need to be masterpieces anymore. Just 7 seconds of a class with a text on screen, a point of view. You finally found a yoga studio that doesn't judge you. Something like that. 7 seconds, nice image. You finally found a yoga studio that doesn't judge you, right? Something like that is better than creating a 3-minute thing that people are not going to watch. And the next one is use carousels still. So Mosseri confirms that carousels are still getting a reach boost. So an idea here might be something like 3 things to do if your lower back hurts. Slide 1, child's pose. Slide 2, cat cow. Slide 3, come to our class. Something like that. But slideshows are still working. People are still swiping sideways. The anti-ad ad. Stop paying a graphic designer for your ads. Honestly, action is record a vertical video, no filters, could be just you talking to the camera. You know, I like this, talking to the camera. I'm saying this more and more. I do get pushback from some of my studio owners on this. So I got some this week. But no filters, just like you talking to the camera like you're FaceTiming a friend. Hi, I'm Michael. I own this place. If you've been thinking about trying yoga, come take my Tuesday class. I'll save you a spot. Something as simple as that. Boost it for $5 a day. You'll outperform the graphics every day. And on that talking to the cameras, if you're not good at it, don't worry about it. Just start practicing. Just start recording yourself. Go on your walks. It doesn't have to be perfect lighting. It does have to have good sound. So I do recommend a good microphone, but things don't have to be perfect anymore. Raw, real, and authentic is key today. So I'm finally glad that we're... Hey champs, I want to spotlight our podcast sponsor and someone I consider both a friend and a trusted expert, Mitch McGinley from Boutique Fitness Brokers. He's been on my podcast multiple times. He's a former yoga studio owner just like us. Mitch and his wife successfully sold their studio just like I did, and now he helps others do the same. So if you've heard my conversation with Jill Agonias on this podcast, she sold her studio for well over asking price thanks to Mitch's guidance. Whether you're thinking about selling your yoga studio for top dollar or you're looking to buy an existing studio, and let me tell you, that can be a great head start instead of building from scratch. Mitch is your go-to guy, seriously. He understands the ins and outs of the yoga industry, from valuation to finding the right buyer or seller. Plus, he's been right where you are, so he gets it. I'm always talking about building a profitable business that can be sold or carried on. My former studio is in its 22nd year now, and it's under its third owner, and I consider that a legacy. So if you want to explore your options for buying or selling, head over to yogabizchamp.link/BFB to book a no obligation chat with Mitch himself. And trust me, it's never too early to start planning for your yoga studio's future success. Again, that's yogabizchamp.link/BFB. Talking about that. Now, AI for operations, humanity for people. I want to close with a warning about AI. I love AI. I use ChatGPT every day, but if you need to draw a hard line in the sand, AI is for operations. Humans are for connection. So real world examples, a student emails you saying, hey, I need to pause my membership. My husband just filed for divorce and I can't afford it right now. If you use AI to auto reply to that, or if you copy paste a generic policy, you've lost that human forever. That moment requires humanity. But use AI for other stuff. Use AI to analyze your attendance numbers, AI to write your policies, AI to help you brainstorm blog topics. In a world of voice AI and chatbots, empathy is the premium product. Amazon cannot automate a hug. Apple cannot automate the feeling of a teacher remembering your name. That is your moat. That is why you win. So the 2026 playbook for the robot versus human audit is audit your inbox. Look at the last 10 emails you sent. Which ones need to be you? Which ones could you've been a template? And the greeting rule, train your front desk or yourself when someone walks in, the first interaction must be eye contact and a name. No screens, the screen comes later. Establishing that human connection instantly is the only way to beat tech. So I know we're talking about Project B798 and multimodal AI, but it can feel like the ground is shifting under the feet, and it is. But here's the good news. Technology is changing, but the human need hasn't changed. People are stressed, they are lonely, their bodies hurt, they're staring at screens all day, and they're desperate for a place where they can turn the screens off and just breathe. And you provide that space. So all this tech, the glasses, the voice search, the maps, it's just a way to help those people find you. Do people trust you? Does the AI trust you? Are you clear? Are you human? If you focus on those things, it doesn't matter if the student is using an iPhone 18, a Rabbit R1, a pair of Ray-Bans, they will find you. So final action steps, if you do one thing this week, is go through your website, go through your class descriptions, update your FAQs, update your Apple Business Connect profile, get into a habit of updating your Google Business profile. Takes 10 minutes. It's free. I always talk about, marketing's money or effort. This is one of those effort things, and it future-proofs you for the Apple-Google partnership that is coming down the line, and that Apple has said that they are turning into the big S, Siri, into a talking chatbot that you'll have conversational style with it. So keep watching the horizon. I'll keep tracking the tech. You keep holding space for your people. Go be a champ, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in, champs. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and leave a review. It really helps me out a lot. And if you're ready to open your own studio or grow your current one, visit yogabizchamp.link/podlink. Again, that's yogabizchamp.link/podlink to book your free strategy call with me and explore my Starter Studio and Grow a Studio packages. And you'll also get access to all of my free Yoga Biz Champ resources there. And you can also check out the video content on YouTube for more insights, and follow me on all social media platforms at Yoga Biz Champ. See you next time.